Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm also good. I'm excited because today is a special Friday. It's once a month we talk to Jordan Goodman, America's Money Answers man, and today is that day.
Alrighty.
It's a special day. I'm excited because if I remember correctly, when he and I were talking, he was saying something about the Fed was going to raise rates this week, so I think that happened. I guess we're going to find out. Going to get all the details, and he always keeps us abreast of what's happening in the financial sector. So he's a good dude, and we're going to chat with him later in the show. Also got a quote for today from Susan B. Anthony, and she is on money. So he talks about money. She's on it. I think the girl who is able to earn her own living and pay her own way should be as happy as anybody on earth. The sense of independence and security is very sweet. Susan B. Anthony. There you go. Today's quote for the day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Friday, the 15th day of June, halfway through the month of June already. How in the world did that happen?
Right, I know it.
Take back the lunch break day. Today's the day. Take back the lunch break. If you work through lunch most days, like you grab a little something and drag it back to your computer and, go back to work. Not today. Take back the lunch break. Get away from work and take a lunch break. That's what today's all about. It's also National Smile Power Day. You know how powerful a smile is?
Very.
You can actually change somebody's entire mood, like their entire outlook on everything, just by smiling at them.
I know. It's
Big
awesome.
smile, make them smile. Everybody smiles. Nature Photography Day today, and also National Flip Flop Day. Not a fan of the flip flops.
I like flip-flops.
I'm not. I don't like them. I don't like because you got me some, and I put them on, and they're like too tight between my toes, and I don't know. My feet are just Fred Flintstone feet. They don't fit very well into flip-flops. So, I don't know. Not a big fan. I do like my Crocs, which nobody else
I
does.
know you do.
Nobody
I do
else.
not like the Crocs.
Not a popular thing. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on this National Flip Flop Friday.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, sad story here. Vince Vaughn was arrested last week for
I
DUI.
saw that. DUI. I do too.
It was last Sunday.
Love Vince Vaughn.
Vince, just putting this out there. If you ever need a ride, you just call us. We'll make sure we get you home on time. I know you're a long ways from us, I'm sure. You reach out. We'll drive there. Would you give Vince Vaughn a ride home?
Oh, yeah.
How
I'll give Vince a ride all the
Would
way
you
home.
stop? She's apparently a Vince Vaughn fan. No, I know that. We've watched Couples Retreat about 190 million times. Vince Vaughn in the news, sadly. I've got that in our show notes if you want to read all about it. Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. Thanks for listening on a Friday.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. According to a court filing, a Kentucky man was found driving through the Sunshine State with a hatchet hidden in the car, and he told police in Florida that he needed the weapon for protection from scumbags in Florida.
Oh.
End quote. 23-year-old Travis Byerly, arrested following a traffic stop last week in Clearwater, Florida. His license was suspended in April due to a drunk driving conviction. He lives in the city of Danville, Kentucky. During the traffic stop in Clearwater, they said they found a concealed hatchet/axe shoved between the driver's seat and the door, hidden from sight. When they said, "Why is this here?" he referred to the unnamed Florida scumbags. That's when he was charged with carrying a concealed weapon and driving with a suspended license, both misdemeanors. Freed from jail on a relatively
if you're going to travel with
related
an axe,
$400
do your
bond.
lawyer a favor and at least keep a flannel shirt in there with it.
And a roll of Bounty, the kicker. I don't know why. Is that the one? Is that even the right one? Is that no? It's
I think
Brawny.
it's Brawny.
I don't know. See, I don't know. I don't know all of my analogies here. Yeah, I remember there was a guy that said if you have a baseball bat in your trunk, throw a
Keep a
catcher's
glove
mitt in
in
there
there,
too. If
yep.
you've got a golf. What's
Golf
the thing
club.
called? I was going to say a golf bat. That's not right. Can you tell I'm
You're
not
a
a sports guy?
sportsman.
If you've got a golf bat, if you've got a golf club, throw some balls in there. So yeah, if you're going to have a hatchet, maybe some, I don't know, whatever hatchets need. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. I'm going to just take the rest of the day off. No, I'm not.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, a little screen. I can't believe this stuff is even still on. The Real Housewives, is that still on or is that not
I
on?
don't know. We talk about them a lot for some reason.
It's in the news. They're always in the news. It's like every time you turn around. Well, now the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa Giddens, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Giddens, she competed in a bodybuilding competition last weekend. So that's why she's in the news. John Gotti Jr. says the family scrapped the movie where John Travolta was portraying his father because, quote, Travolta doesn't have dad's swagger. There you go. And Sex and the City celebrated their 20th anniversary this week. So they were apparently on the big screen, on the little screen, wasn't it? They started out on TV and then they had a movie.
I didn't watch that one either.
I didn't watch it either. So I'm going to celebrate by doing exactly what I did when they were on. Nothing at all. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
John and Heidi.
Now your scoop of the day, courtesy of 80sinthesand.com. A customer's pet monkey attacked an employee at a Home Depot in Florida. That should have been my fake news for Florida.
Okay.
Would you have believed that?
No.
I wouldn't have either. I mean, that sounds unbelievable. But it happened. So a customer brought their pet monkey with them to a Home Depot in Florida, and then it attacked attacked an employee there. I don't know why. Ocean's 8. Oh, wait, that's not even supposed to be here. That's, well, I'll mention it. They were, well, it's supposed to be part of the big screen, little screen. I don't know how it got here. Anyway, they opened last weekend with $41.5 million at the U.S.-Canadian box office total together. The movie cost about $150 million to make and market worldwide, so they're saying that they got a whole lot more to bring in to make that all pay off. Research pinpointed the age when men mature. When do you think that is?
87.
No, 43. So I'll be set next year. That's 11 years after women mature, by the way. So you've been mature for a decade, and I have not. So there you go. It says researchers asked women to reveal the signs that they say a man is still immature. The list things says finding their own toots and burps hilarious. Okay.
Yeah.
Playing video games. I don't do that. Driving too fast or racing other cars at lights. I drive maybe too fast. I don't race other people. I've never really done that. So anyway, I guess there's a whole list of stuff. But the good news is researchers say men have matured officially at age 43.
Isn't that lovely?
Something to look forward to next year.
Something to look forward to.
A prisoner in New Mexico jail tricked authorities into letting him go. Guess what he did?
What did he do?
He just told him he was somebody else. He said, hey, I'm supposed to be released today. And they're like, you are? Yeah, I'm Mike. And they're like, okay, let's go. He gave them the identity of another inmate, and he tricked them into letting him leave.
Holy cow.
I mean, kudos to him for thinking
Maybe
that
you
it
want
would
to
work.
beef up security just a bit.
Well, it's not like they walk around carrying ID, because they don't. But I suppose they...
Well, there's got to be inmate
you
number
would
or
think
something.
so. I don't know if he took the other guy's jacket. I have no idea. But he just said, yeah, that's me. Okay.
That's hilarious.
See you later. Yeah, you might want to fix that system. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. I have no tips. I'm not exactly sure how it works. But what you're doing is not working. I know that. Pothole robots. This is a robot that works to fix potholes in the middle of the night. Will be tested on streets in Britain. The drone-mounted devices will scan roads looking for small cracks. They will then be able to fly or crawl to the cracks and 3D print some asphalt to fix them in less than a minute. The robots will be tested on roads in the next few years. Doesn't that sound a lot more difficult than it really needs to be?
It really does.
We have a friend. He's actually a listener of the station here, so thanks for tuning in. Who his job is to go out and fill potholes, and he'll call from the truck once in a while, and he'll give us like a pothole update and let us know what he's up to. But I said, so what do you guys use for that? He's like, a shovel and some asphalt, and they got a little thing to tamp it down. I'm like, that's all it takes? So you'd think there wouldn't be as many potholes because that doesn't sound real tough. These guys with a robot that's flying through the air that's going to 3D print a pothole filler, that sounds difficult. I don't think that it sounds real easy, but I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking things here. One last story here that I almost didn't read, but I think it's important stuff. This is a public service from us to you. A study from Cedars-Sinai Hospital found that dying from a cardiac arrest during relations is extremely rare, with men having 1 in 100 chance and women having a 1 in 1,000 chance of that happening.
Wow.
So the chances are pretty odd. And the chances of both of you dying at the same time, are almost impossible. This has been your Scoop of the Day.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Once a month, we reach out and talk to Jordan Goodman. He is America's Money Answers Man, and we always have questions about things that are happening in the economy and anything to do with financial things. And you can always, on his website, you can send questions if you have those, moneyanswers.com. But we've got him on the line right now. Now, the Fed raised rates again. This is the second time this year, right?
Correct. They raised them back in March, and they raised them this week, another quarter point. So that means that the Fed funds rate, which is what the Federal Reserve controls directly, is now 2%, which means that the prime rate, which comes off of that Fed funds rate, is now 5%, meaning that all the loans that you have, credit cards, car loans, student loans, small business loans, all these things, just went up by another quarter point. Highly likely, John, they're going to raise them again, probably in September, another quarter point. And maybe even December. We'll have to see how things go, but probably they'll do 3 for this year. So that means that your cost has just gone up for loans. So that's the bad side. What should be the good side is that they would raise what they're paying on deposits, but they're not. The banks are feeling no pressure to raise what they're paying on deposits. So what they're doing is they're widening their profit margins. They keep paying you pretty much zero on CDs and savings accounts and money market funds, and now they're charging you more and more on loans. So it's really good for the banks and the bank shareholders, but the average depositor is getting the short end of the stick as far as I'm concerned.
So where would be a good place if somebody does have some money that's not really earning the interest that they'd like it to earn? Is there a place that they could put that? Would it be the stock market or buying gold, or where would you go if you had funds sitting there right now?
Stock market's a different animal. Stock market's been doing well, but that's really for growth, not income. If you want income and you don't want the value of your principal going up and down, I would refer people to secured real estate funds, because that's a way of getting an 8% yield over a 1-year time frame, where the value of the principal doesn't go up, doesn't go down. It stays at $10 a share net asset value. But meanwhile, you're getting a monthly check for 8%, annual rate, paid out monthly, which you can take if you want, have it deposited in your checking account automatically, or you can reinvest it and have it compounding at 8%. There's a website for that, John, which is securedrealestatefunds.com. All gone through the SEC. What they do is they lend money short-term, like over a year, to commercial real estate projects all over the country. Assisted living, student housing, apartment buildings, medical buildings, all kinds of things that have a hard time getting loans from traditional banks. The maximum they lend is 70% of the value of the property. The minimum investment is $5,000. You have to hold it in there for at least a year, and after that you can get your money whenever you like. You can do it inside an IRA. You can do it outside an IRA. So, again, you can find out more about that at securedrealestatefunds.com. But that's a much better way to go than keeping the bank earning zero.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll throw a link to that in our show notes to make that really, really easy to find as well. And then now if there are people who have, you were talking about the interest rates going up. So if people have credit cards or if they've got other loans, would this be a good time to maybe tackle those and try to get some of that stuff paid down as well?
Absolutely, because it's getting more and more expensive to have these loans. So on the credit card front, so say you've got an 18% credit card, or it keeps going up. You don't have to put up with this, John. There are much better credit cards out there. Here's a free website to get the best deals, guidetocreditcard.com. And at that site, you have the lowest interest cards. Maybe you want frequent flyer miles. You can get rebates, like 5% back on whatever you spend. There's just a lot of great cards, but you got to go get them, John, because what shows up in the mail is always the worst deal, right?
Okay.
So there's a free website to get the best deals. And if you have a lot of credit card debt at high interest rates and you can't or don't want to get a new credit card, go to a high-quality, non-profit credit counseling organization. They have deals with the creditors, Citibank, Bank of America, and so on, to get your rates of maybe 6-7%, something like that. My favorite place on a national basis is called Cambridge Credit Counseling. Their website, cambridgecredit.org. Their phone number, 800-897-2200. They put you in what's called the DMP, Debt Management Plan, and now you can pay your credit card debt off in 2-3 years instead of the rest of your life. Basically, if you're paying the minimum on a credit card at 18%, it's going to take you a long, long time to pay that thing off.
Well, and I'm going to throw a link to all of these things in our show notes to make it really easy to find. Jordan, thank you again for taking the time to chat with us this month.
Always glad to help. I'm glad to get their emails at moneyanswers.com.
Again, Jordan Goodman, America's Money Answers Man, and his website, moneyanswers.com. And I've got a link to all of the things we talked about in our show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Thanks for listening.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner, you should consider using radio. Radio is a powerful tool. Over 90% of us listen to the radio each week. Imagine if this ad was talking about your business, helping you hit your goals. We can help. We can also create a fun jingle, too, to get people singing your song. When you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable, and that makes radio work even better. Learn more at RadioReallyWorks.com. Radio jingles to help you get better results with the money you're already spending. RadioReallyWorks.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It is against the law in Kansas to catch fish with your bare hands. Well, there go my weekend plans.
Really?
Yeah, can't do that.
I wonder why. You would think that would
know.
be a little bit more of a sporting chance for the fish, right?
They made it illegal. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The great state of Maine is the only state with 1 syllable. All the other ones have at least 2.
Yeah.
Maine. So I'm going to think of Ohio, Florida, New York.
Yeah,
Iowa.
I'm sure it's accurate, honey.
I'm pretty sure. Just trying to think if there's any. Kansas. Oh, that's still. I tried. All right. There are. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are 2 million millionaires in the United States. That's how many millionaires. 2 million of them. It's a lot of them. A couple of fun facts right there, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day on this Friday, and it is Rhodomontade. Rhodomontade. What do you think rhodomontade means?
I have no idea.
This seems familiar to me. Rhodomontade. Have we talked about this?
I don't think so. It doesn't.
It is a
sound-
noun. It is vainglorious boasting or bragging, pretentious blustering talk. Arrogant boasting, pretentious blustering, ranting, or bragging. Adjective, bragging. So if you brag a lot, you're a bit of a rhodomontider, apparently.
You could just say bragger.
Yeah, braggadocious. So rhodomontade is a braggart.
Right.
This has been your grandiloquent word of the day.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Time now for some weird news on this Friday. A bizarre story here. A Virginia woman was rattled when a rattlesnake slithered out of her car vent and then disappeared into the depths of her SUV.
Oh my gosh!
It was not a rattlesnake though. It was a garter snake, but she didn't know that.
It doesn't matter
she
what
was
kind
startled.
of a snake it is if it's in your car.
2.5 foot long serpent entangled itself in her
Oh my gosh!
phone cord. She pulled over and called animal control. Sheriff's office spokesperson said that the responding officer with his own snake phobia tried to catch it. Oh boy. But it slipped right out of sight. She got to work and put a sticky rodent trap under her seat.
Oh my gosh.
But the remaining it remained empty during her 10-minute commute home. The next morning her husband discovered the snake alive and stuck to the trap. She says that her husband disposed of it in some fashion. She prefers not to know exactly how. So that is the story. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine how dangerous that would be if that happened as you're driving?
Oh, yeah. I remember there was a story about a person who went off the road because a spider was in their car.
Yeah.
And they, didn't they roll their car?
Yeah, it was bad.
Bad deal. So, spiders and snakes, stay out of our cars, please. It's been some weird news for you on a Friday. Time now for the moment of duh. You ready for this, Heidi?
I am ready.
A man who recently was arrested for auto theft had a small, diaper-clad monkey clinging to his chest when the Florida police apprehended him. Oh, this is the second.
I love monkeys.
Second Florida story today with monkeys. How did I not see this?
I need
This
a monkey.
should have been fake news or Florida. Come on. A man recently arrested for auto theft had a diaper-clad monkey clinging to his chest when the police apprehended him in Florida. And then he drove the stolen car into a ditch. That's how they caught him. They allege the 23-year-old Mr. Cody Blake Hessian took the vehicle from a driveway of a residence. He then drove the car about 35 miles to Holiday, a Tampa St. Pete suburb. Then he drove off the edge of a parking lot into a drainage ditch. And it says here that I
wonder if he was distracted by the monkey.
he fled the vehicle, but there was a leashed capuchin monkey attached to his pink polo. The deputy said that he...
So a man in a pink polo
with a male monkey
with a diaper is stealing cars.
Apparently. And the monkey's name is Monk. He's a capuchin monk. Anyway.
Oh, funny.
He got him supposedly legally from a breeder in South Carolina, but he did not have a permit for the monkey. So the monkey was also placed in custody of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. He was charged with auto theft. The monkey was not. So there you go. That is, he also might face charges of possessing an unlicensed monkey. What a crazy story.
Wonder what you have to do to get a monkey license.
I don't know.
I want a monkey.
No monkeys for you. No.
Just a little one.
We can't take care of our dogs. There's no way we're going to have monkeys.
But they wear diapers.
No, we're not doing this. We'll talk about it later, but the answer will be no later as well. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
Time now for fake news or Florida. I already wasted 2 awesome stories that you would have never believed were true. For those of you who are not listening earlier, we first had a story about a man who went to Home Depot with his monkey, and the monkey attacked the Home Depot employee. And then we had another story from Florida where a man stole a car with his pet monkey, and he had a pet monkey in a diaper when he was arrested for stealing a car.
And I'm going to get my monkey next week.
No, you are not. No
you
monkey.
You know, you said you wanted to add another segment. We could have a monkey.
No.
And teach him how to do like a stock market report on the air, and we could call it monkey business.
There's no way a monkey's going to do it. Monkeys don't talk. He's going to do a stock market. This has been
monkey business.
Monkey business. I have no idea what he said, but going to buy stock in bananas. I'm not sure. No. Okay. Fake news or Florida, Heidi. A babysitter caught on surveillance having nookie with a family dog after a mom saw it on the surveillance video. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say Florida.
Fake news. Thank goodness. And how dare you send me that for fake news? If that's all we have time to get to today. If you have fake news or a story from the great state of Florida that you would like to share with our Fake News or Florida, you can do that through our site, JohnandHeidiShow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to JohnandHeidiShow.com. Again, JohnandHeidiShow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Time now for some good news. We always like to wrap things up with good news. It's coming your way courtesy of Odiva, the monthly subscription just for the ladies. All of the details at radiosavings.com. So here is a story that is a sad story that has a silver lining. It says right here, silver linings to the suicides. Celebrity deaths have helped save other lives. So there have been several in just the recent months and recent weeks, and there have been many over the last few years. Very famous, very well-known people who you would never expect. They're successful. They're doing well. And then something happens and they take their life. And it's very, very sad that happens. It's sad when that happens with anybody. So it's not just because they're celebrities. But the one thing that I got to tell you that is absolutely amazing and astounding is the silver lining on this dark cloud, because this is a sad dark cloud. So you wouldn't think we'd be talking about this for good news, would we?
No.
But we're going to, because as news outlets report of these suicides on a national level, and the social media people share the stories, one of the things that quite often gets shared with it is the phone number for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Now, if you remember last week when we talked about this, what did we do?
Shared the phone number.
We shared the number. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, I'm going to share it here. It's 1-800-273-8255. That number connects callers to people in help centers, 150 different help centers across the United States, where trained counselors are waiting on hand to help people who might be experiencing mental health emergency. According to statements from the organization's communications director, they have experienced a call increase of 65% just recently over the last couple of weeks. In addition, they say that the caller traffic has increased by 115% on the crisis text line. So there's a big increase of people who now are finding out that there is a place that wants to help. There is a place that would like to be there to help you if you have an issue. So I think that again, very sad news that happened. But the good news is, at least that number is getting out, and there are some people who are seeking help, and there are stories of people who said, you know what? I was kind of at my wit's end, and I reached out, and they gave me some great information, and now I'm here. So, again, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline toll-free number is 1-800-273-8255. And we have a link to this in our show notes at JohnandHeidiShow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.